So you're hanging a hand-printed wallpaper. Have you ever hung a Schumacher hand-printed paper? Take a look at this pattern. Okay. This is high-end, very exotic wall covering. And with these prints comes what I call an unnecessary trim line, okay? Please zoom in. They put a trim line here. They put one here. And then there's not another trim line. Suggestion number 1. Since on this 8-foot strip of paper I only have 2 trim lines, I suggest that you measure the distance from one of the edges to the trim line and you make your own dotted line on the border that you're going to have to cut. And if you look close, that's what I did. I put a trim line here, I put one here, and I put one, here's one here, put another here. So that I can take my straight edge now and simply join the dots. It's tedious, but now underneath where I'm gonna cut, I've simulated my professional wallpaper table, which I just haven't painted yet. And so I'm gonna cut against a piece of sheet metal. This is steel under here, okay? Because we need a crisp cut line, okay? And so let's do it. Okay. Folks, if you're hanging this stuff, I know it's easy for me to say, but a lot of wallpaper installers don't have the confidence to hang this. I'm telling you right now, the only difference is this part where you have to trim it on your table, and the only other thing you have to know about hanging this particular paper is this. It's very sensitive to tearing when it's on the wall. When it's up, it looks like the wall is painted. But the only thing I would suggest that you do, for those of you who hang commercial and residential paper routinely, and you might be afraid of hanging this, just use the right smoother. If you use the wrong smoother, you can scratch the wall covering or tear it. And if you just go with something like this, very thin, you can actually just smooth it out without damaging it. You just need to take your time. Okay, let's join the dots. Pretty uneventful so far, right?
I have such tremendous respect for. I wouldn't trade him for anything.
The sponsorship is brought to you by Morgan. Weather in Florida can change any day. Every 10. Like weather on the mountains, all day long, Spectrum, Bay News, wherever you go, you'll always be able to know your forecast every 10 minutes on Spectrum, Bay News, exclusively on Spectrum.
Going on now, it's first Philly is 70% off. Wednesday, 40% off. Home, accessories, shoes, and much more. Last minute shopping. They're broken. Just offers for everyone at great prices and get them up for free. And more. Plus, it's $10 in best bucks for every 50 minutes.
You see what I'm making sure to do? If you don't trim this just outside of the line, you're gonna have your trim marks. It's gonna be a disaster. You wanna trim it, obviously, on the good side of the trim line. The trim line is thick. So if your knife is off and you incorporate that trim line, you're gonna have to paint your wall covering over the trim line. You don't wanna have to do that. As you can see, I have this metal is secured to the table. That can't move, can't mess up my line. Then my wall covering is secured to the metal. It's taped down, you see? And so this is the end result. Here's your factory edge right here. And now this is now your new seam that will be installed right up against the last sheet. That's how you trim a hand-printed Schumacher. If you have any questions, just leave me a note. Thanks for watching. Please click on like and subscribe.